Asia in response to Israeli strikes on Iran. Reports say that the US is shifting ships and other military resources in response to Israel's strikes on Iran and a possible retaliatory attack by Tehran. The Navy has directed the destroyer USS Thomas Hudner to begin sailing towards the eastern Mediterranean and also has directed a second destroyer to begin moving forward so that it can be available if requested by the White House. The president is meeting with his National Security Council principals, including Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and General Dan Kane, chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, to discuss the situation further. And our correspondent Susan Tehrani is now joining us on the phone line. Susan, tell us more about the fact that the US is now shifting military resources to West Asia in anticipation of a retaliation from Iran after, of course, Israel's preemptive strikes earlier today.
The Navy has directed the destroyer USS Thomas Hudner to begin sailing towards the eastern Mediterranean and also has directed a second destroyer to begin moving forward so it can be available if requested by the White House. Of course, as you mentioned, the president is meeting with his National Security Council principals, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, General Dan Kane, Chairman of Chief of Staff as well. Of course, Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, is going to be there as well. Trump just recently, minutes ago, said that the U.S. was aware of an Israeli attack ahead of time. He said, we know what's going on. Someone asked whether or not the United States had a heads up. He said heads up. It wasn't a heads up. We know what's going on. This is according to the Wall Street Journal. He again cited that Israel's attack was a warning to Iran to make a nuclear deal. I do want to note that just now, Israel's ambassador to the U.S., Michael Lader, was on Fox News. He said he just got off the phone with the White House. He said after the dust settles, that Beeper operation in Lebanon, you may remember, will pale to this operation, which was very significant and well coordinated and took years, actually, to prepare. He said that we have destroyed Natanz, the nuclear facility, Iran's main nuclear facility, significantly. He said we'll have to wait and see, but we may have another go at it. He was asked about the Fordo nuclear facility, which, as you know, is deep underground. It's also significant to note that Israel doesn't have bunker busters. But nonetheless, Fordo is the most significant. He talked about that. He said, we hope that the Iranian regime will open it. If not, we are committed, indicating that they may go after Fordo as well.
Susan. Right, Susan. Thanks for getting us the latest, but we have to slip into